The Song of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 8. Come with me from Lebanon, my spouse, with me from Lebanon. Look from the top of Amana, from the top of Senir and Hermon, from the lions' dens, from the mountains of the leopards. What marvellous exotic imagery this is, lions' dens and the mountains of the leopards. Now we start with the temple in Jerusalem, here referred to as Lebanon. Lebanon comes from the word Levan, which means white, and the temple was not only constructed of white marble, it was also where the scarlet of the people's sins became white. Now there's something wonderful in this verse. It speaks of grace, love, and faithfulness. The context of the Song of Solomon is exile, or impending exile. That's the backdrop, so to speak. And in this verse, I pictured God standing up from his throne in Jerusalem and rallying his beloved Israel with the words, "Come with me from Lebanon," from the temple. And again, "Come with me," he says it twice. God says, "Come with me." Exile lies before them, Amana, Senir, Hermon, and beyond. But the good news is that God is going with them. He says, as it were, "Join me." You see, God doesn't leave us to it when, even through our disobedience, we suffer. He suffers with us. Can you imagine how that would sound to the family who are hastily packing their few possessions and readying themselves to leave their ancient home? God isn't saying, "Go," or "Leave me." He's saying, "Come with me." Now, I've mentioned before that one of God's many names is Hamakom, the place. He is the place where we live. He is our home. Since God was going with them, they weren't really leaving their home at all. You know, when Ezekiel sat with the exiles in Babylon, it says the heavens were opened and he saw visions of God. Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 1. God was still with them. God is faithful. And where was Jesus after the resurrection and ascension? He was with his people. When they hurt, he hurt. "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" he said to a man who was hurting Christians. Acts 9 verse 4. And again, where 2 or 3 are gathered together, there am I in the midst of them. Matthew 18 verse 20. Thank God for his faithfulness. A friend in need, they say, is a friend indeed. We'll look further at this verse tomorrow.